Power, money, and high society. That is the subject of Marc Grossberg's debut novel, The Best People, and he's here to tell us all about it. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. I'm happy to be here.
Oh, we are so happy to have you. Okay, so The Best People. Tell me about this story. A lot of drama, it seems like.
It's a legal drama and a social satire. It takes place in the glitzy meritocracy we call Houston, Texas. It's full of larger-than-life characters that we like to think can only come from Texas. And at the center is a guy named Patty Moran, and he starts out as a cop. He's from Brooklyn, and he decides he wants a better way of life. And so, like many people in Houston, he chose a different path. He goes to night law school. He rises to the top. The secondary character is Pilar, and she comes from the barrios in Houston. She has aspirations. She rises to the top. So it's kind of shows what a meritocracy it is, but it also shows that people live by their choices. There's a line in the book that says, the physics of life is that every choice forecloses other choices. And so the characters have to live with the choices that they make.
You also talk about, how important appearances are in today's society. Let's dive into that a bit.
Well, I don't know. I think other people pay more attention to that than I do, but I noticed that it made for more interesting reading. So, the clubs you go to, the cars you drive, those sort of things.
Right. I mean, is it important, like fake it till you make it? It's just, what we're putting out there, especially like right now with social media and things like that. We're putting a lot out there.
I think it really makes more difference than it should.
Okay, interesting.
I think substance is more important, but...
So this is an interesting thing with you. You practiced tax law for 5 decades.
Yes,
I
did.
Yeah, it's a long time, yet you wrote a novel about divorce lawyers.
Well, they're more interesting. I mean, we're nerds, so what can I say?
It's all numbers.
Yeah, now I will say that there's a tax lawyer in the book. I gave myself a cameo role just in case they ever made a movie. I'd say, I could do that. I can play that part.
Did you use your name?
No. I use the name Elliot Foxman. But,
okay, Elliot Foxman, that's the other name. I mean, but tell me the juiciness of the divorce lawyers. I mean, I guess just because there's a lot of drama when it comes to that, right?
Yes, and I think everybody can relate to that, and there's good and there's bad in the divorce lawyers, and in this particular case, Patty gets consumed with being the best. He's not greedy, but he has to have recognition and respect, and part of recognition and respect is having money, so he has to make money, but not just for the money, for the recognition, and then he loses it in a Ponzi scheme. Then he has to make it back. So I think it's fun. I think it's a good read, and I think there's lessons to be learned.
I mean, what made you, after tax law, go into writing? Did you always have this story in your
From the time I was 16, I wanted to be a writer, much before I wanted to be a lawyer. And this story just occurred to me, and I sat down one day a long time ago and just typed out the whole story. And it took a long time to turn it into a novel, and even longer to turn it into a pretty good novel.
Well, we are glad you did it, and we're glad that you brought the book onto our show.
I'm so happy to be here.
Well,
Thank you.
Good. It's been great having you.
And you can get the book at Amazon, or locally you can get it at Book Passages in the Ferry Building.
Oh, okay. Well, that's great. And, as you said, you can get it on Amazon and also at independent bookstores, so nationwide.
Yes.
Not just here in the Bay Area, so that is awesome. All right, coming up, Neft Vodka. We are mixing up some cocktails when Bay Area Focus returns in a moment.